Space is stranger than anything fiction could invent. Here are 50 facts about our universe that sound completely fake, but are absolutely true. Stick around because the last 10 get genuinely unsettling. Space is completely silent. There's no air to carry sound, so a supernova happens in total silence. A day on Venus lasts longer than a year on Venus. It spins slower than it orbits the sun. Venus also spins backwards. The sun there rises in the west and sets in the east. A single teaspoon of neutron star material would weigh about 1 billion tons on Earth. There are more stars in the universe than grains of sand on every beach on Earth. The footprints Apollo astronauts left on the moon could survive for millions of years. That's because the moon has no wind and no liquid water to erode them away. The sun makes up more than 99.8% of our solar system's total mass. You could fit roughly 1.3 million Earths inside the sun. Jupiter's Great Red Spot is a storm wider than our entire planet, raging for centuries. Mars has the tallest volcano in the solar system. Olympus Mons is nearly 3 times the height of Everest. Mars also has the deepest canyon. Valles Marineris would stretch across the entire United States. Sunsets on Mars are blue, the exact opposite of ours, because of how its dust scatters light. Venus is the hottest planet at around 460 degrees Celsius, hot enough to melt lead. It's hotter than Mercury, even though Mercury sits much closer to the sun. Mercury has almost no atmosphere, so it swings from scorching day to freezing night. Saturn is so light for its size that it would float in water if you found a big enough ocean. Saturn's rings are mostly ice, and they are astonishingly thin, often just tens of meters thick. Uranus is tipped on its side, so it essentially rolls around the sun rather than spinning upright. On Uranus and Neptune, scientists think it may literally rain diamonds deep in the atmosphere. Neptune's winds are the fastest in the solar system, screaming past at over 2,000 kilometers per hour. 1 year on Neptune lasts about 165 Earth years. Pluto is smaller than our own moon, and it hasn't completed a single orbit since we discovered it. There's a giant cloud of alcohol floating in space, hundreds of times bigger than our solar system. There's also a diamond planet, and a star that's essentially a crystallized diamond core. Astronauts grow up to 5 centimeters taller in orbit because their spine decompresses without gravity. They also lose bone and muscle mass, which is why they exercise around 2 hours every day. You cannot cry properly in space. Without gravity, tears just cling to your face in a ball. The International Space Station orbits Earth roughly every 90 minutes. That means its crew sees around 16 sunrises and 16 sunsets every single day. The ISS is the most expensive single object ever built, costing well over $100 billion. Light from the sun takes about 8 minutes and 20 seconds to reach us. So if the sun vanished right now, we wouldn't even know for over 8 minutes. The nearest star beyond the sun is over 4 light years away, an unimaginable distance. With current rockets, reaching it would take tens of thousands of years. When you look at distant stars, you're looking into the past, sometimes millions of years back. Some stars you can see tonight may have already died. Their light is still traveling. Our galaxy, the Milky Way, contains somewhere between 100 and 400 billion stars, and there are an estimated 2 trillion galaxies in the observable universe. The Milky Way and Andromeda are on a collision course and will merge in about 4 billion years. Space is not a perfect vacuum. There are a few atoms drifting in every cubic meter. The universe is still expanding, and that expansion is actually speeding up over time. Roughly 95% of the universe is dark matter and dark energy, and we barely understand either. Black holes warp time itself. Near one, time passes measurably slower for you than for everyone else. The supermassive black hole at our galaxy's center is around 4 million times the mass of our sun. If you fell into a black hole, gravity would stretch you out in a process scientists genuinely call spaghettification. Space is cold, about -270 degrees, but you wouldn't freeze instantly. Heat escapes slowly. Without a suit, the real danger is your lungs. you'd have around 15 seconds of useful consciousness. There's a planet made largely of ice that's hotter than fire, kept solid by crushing pressure. And the coldest known place in the universe isn't deep space. It's a nebula at just 1 degree above absolute zero. If you found even one of those surprising, subscribe to Trend Bites. We post quick facts on whatever's trending every single week.